Hey, what's happening? Coinbase. Let's talk Coinbase real quick. So I've got an email with some detail on how to set up a Coinbase account. I don't do the screencast. I'm not going to do that today because I think it's pretty straightforward for most people. And I've got some Q&A kind of stuff in that email to help you get through some things that might not make total sense. If you need to see a screencast and a walkthrough, just Google it. There's a bunch of people that have created really great ones. I want to give you a really quick an overview of what is Coinbase and why I'm recommending that you get started on Coinbase. Because there are, for sure, many options for you to get started on, right? And lots of different ways of slicing and dicing this. But the first thing you need to know is what's amazing and innovative about the innovation of blockchain and distributed ledger technologies that allow the creation of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is that it is a decentralized and trustless system. And what that means is essentially, among other things, we do not need a trusted central authority like a bank to hold on to our cryptocurrency, to our Bitcoin, like we do with our US dollars, right? We use banks. If we buy stocks and bonds, we hold them in brokerage accounts and so on. We don't need to do that with cryptocurrencies. And that's part of a big part of what's beautiful about it. But for the newbies, for most people, that can create some problems with regards to understanding how to keep your crypto currencies and assets secure. And long story short, what Coinbase does is it actually acts kind of like a bank or a brokerage account. And they're going to hold on to your keys for you, and they're FDIC insured and all that stuff. It's a great place to start. So do it. The next issue is why not Coinbase? Well, what I'm going to say is, in the long run, I don't want to suggest that you purchase or trade a lot of Bitcoin, Ether, or Litecoin, or anything else that they add on Coinbase because the fees are really high. There's a couple other reasons, but mainly the fees are really high and you don't need to. So what else is there out there? There's a bunch of exchanges, and I'm going to go over that in some detail. Let me just show you as an example here. Here's an article. Here, this is the bestbitcoinexchange.net. Wow, great SEO idea. Lots of comparison. You don't need to know what these are right now, but just suffice it to say there's lots of choices, right? And what's the big benefit of these? The big benefit is typically that the fees are lower. The other big benefit that we're going to talk about at some point is that there's an opportunity to buy and trade many other tokens and cryptocurrencies and assets on those exchanges that you can on Coinbase. I use something called Bitfinex. Here's a demo of it. This is not my account, but it looks like this, right? You can do all sorts of things to understand a little bit more about how the markets move. You can also place limit orders, which you can't do on Coinbase. And you can do that a number of places. But for now, I would just sign up on Coinbase. Get started, okay? And one other thing I would say, as I record this, we're creeping up on 10,000. And I don't know when you're watching this. And of course, if it's a week later, we're at 20,000. No, just kidding. I don't know. But that's the thing. It's pretty exciting and pretty crazy. And there's a lot of stuff in the news. And everybody wants to get on board. And I'm a believer. And I'm a believer in a long-term hold here. And the value that this technology is creating and the impact it's going to have on people's lives around the world. However, FOMO is not a good strategy for making investment decisions. So don't jump on too fast. If the big win for you and your family might be that it moves from 10,000 to 100,000 in the next couple of years, that would be amazing. But you're really not going to miss out on much of that gain if you just take a breath and you wait. Maybe invest a little bit today, maybe a little bit next week or next month, and do that, right? That's what I would suggest. Know your strategy, know your risk profile, don't invest anything you can't afford to lose completely, and just take a deep breath. You're not going to miss the train. It's okay. All right? I hope the email helped with the detail about Coinbase. I hope some of this information helped. Let me know if you have any questions. See ya.